Back again for another video. So I'm not feeling too good. Geez, my allergies are kicking my butt. I took a Benadryl and I'm extra tired. But here I am to give you guys a video and a topic. On today's topic, we'll be discussing the wearing out of women. I think I've spoke of this a few times in my past, but I like to reiterate it a time or two, depending on what's going on. And I've noticed something about women. They like to bite off more than they can chew, especially when it comes to men. They're ill-equipped at deciphering how to pick a man according to who they are. This is another reason why relationships fail, because they choose the wrong man, right? And that's not necessarily their fault. I mean, it is, because they should know better, but literally nobody taught them any different. Nobody taught them how to look for a man, how to pick a man, what a man actually looks like. Nobody ever told them this, right? But they are culpable in their existence. I mean, they have to be responsible for what they don't know. I mean, it's upon them to make sure that they understand what they need to. But rarely do they stop and they consider, why am I failing my relationships from time to time and consecutively? I think part of the reason is because, one, they don't pick the correct man according to their choosing ability. Two, which I believe is the main reason, is that the man that they pick is not meant for them. Meaning that there's something that is going on with that man, because men, we're not too malleable. Women are supposed to be the malleable ones, and they usually are malleable. They know how to mold themselves into a relationship, and they conform to what the man is most times, if they are functional. That level of malleability is directly correspondent to the ability to submit, ability to be functional. But my mind is a little foggy, so don't mind me. But I'm trying to get it across. But anyways, from my own personal experiences, I didn't know that I was doing what I was doing. This is another reason for why women choose the wrong man. It's because of their output ability. Women cannot handle the potency of a true man's attributes. At times, over time, they wear down very quickly. It's only so much of a man that a woman can actually take, a lot of times, especially if he's a true man, because true men have a potency in a lot of their abilities. Not every single one of them, but a lot of their abilities. And women cannot handle the potency consistency. They are not built nor bred to be able to do this. But what happens is that she likes to try to sabotage the relationship, or she tries to figure out how to get out of the relationship, or she is with polygamy. Polygamy, to be more specific, because she understands that this man holds a high level of potency. But the problem with that is, the latter anyways, in regards to polygamy, is because a lot of women have a social programming that monogamy is the standard of living, and that if a man does want more than one woman, then it means that she is not enough. Now, I understand that I am saying here on this channel right now, as we speak, that a woman gets worn out. That does not mean that she's not enough. It means that she gets worn out. She may be enough for whatever the man needs. It's just that her ability to consistently do what needs to be done on a back-to-back basis with really no breaks in between can wear her out. It doesn't mean that she's not able to be enough in the relationship. I don't believe in a such thing as enough, not enough, this and that. It's either does it work or does it not work. And if it does work and it kind of wanes off, what is the reason why it waned off? And usually the reason is because women are not built to consistently sustain a man's purpose. Some women can do it, but they have to set aside themselves in a relationship. And oftentimes when a woman set aside herself in a relationship, this is when her ability to mold comes out, because her pride is not there. Her ego is not there. All the things, even no matter how big or small they may be, it's not there. And she becomes very moldable, very malleable. And this is how she doesn't recognize herself in a relationship as well, because she's doing exactly what God intended her to be. I don't believe women were to have a individual identity. Notice when most times when people refer to the wives of many different men, they refer to them as such and such wife. For instance, Dr. Dre's wife, Snoop's wife. Sure, they have individual names, they have their own identity, but it does not supersede the purpose that the woman is attached to the man behind, right? This is the reason why they lose their identity. They're supposed to. They're not supposed to. And don't take that wrong. Please do not take that wrong. I'm not saying that a woman shouldn't know herself. She should lose her individuality. I am not saying that, but a lot of parts of her start to become unfamiliar because the man is usually, like I said, molding her. He's a creator. He's a potter. He takes the clay, he creates a pot. Yes, she's not going to recognize her shape, but it didn't change the fact that she's clay, no matter what shape that she takes. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that she loses her identity necessarily, but she loses her structure of how she recognizes herself to be in the existence of reality. But that's a totally other topic. But my whole point of it is that when women get into relationships, especially the times that I have dealt with women, I realized very quickly that one woman is not enough to do it, because I break women. I break women. I've talked about this a lot on my channel, but I think I gotta constantly reiterate this to keep it at the forefront of understanding. But nonetheless, I used to end up in situations where I was in a monogamous situation. How you start is how you finish, and there was no option to include another woman for anything that I was not being. How can I put it? I was not having any consistency with the individual that I was with at the time. Doesn't matter which woman that I've been with, this has been a consistent truth of my life and a consistent truth of the existence of women as regards to how I have experienced them. Other men may have different opinions. Other women may have different opinions and experiences, but this is how things have come across to me. And this is how I come to the conclusions that I do based off of the relationships that I've had in my lifetime. In every single relationship that I've had, the woman has grown. She grows tired because she needs a break. She does need a break, especially from me. Like I said, I don't know if this occurs to anybody else, but it definitely happens to me in a relationship. And I don't mean like a break like your headache. I mean a break like, whew. That is a heavy workout, because being in a relationship with me of any type of sort, I demand of you a lot of things. And most of this stuff is required of you to better yourself. That's the point of it. I don't think a lot of women are used to someone consistently being on their backs to better themselves. I think that is a large portion of it as well. But I try to go easy on the women that I've dealt with. I try to give them a lesser percentage of what I'm able to output, and I try to make sure that they are able to handle what I give them. But even in handling it, they still run the risk of fatigue, which I don't know if this is a phenomenon that other people experience. Once again, this is something that I have been through repetitively. Yet and still, once again, the women try to hold on to their monogamous programming while they're fatigued. Craziest stuff I've ever seen, right? It's almost like lifting a heavy weight and being like, no, I got this, while you're literally struggling to lift this weight. And then someone comes by like, you need help with that? Like, no, I got it. It's prideful. It's very prideful. This society has programmed women to think that they can handle things that they cannot. And it's a downfall and it's a detriment to them and the individual who requires that they be consistent. It's a detriment to me as well, because I'm not getting everything that I should be getting because you're programmed to want monogamy. But you know, it is what it is. These circumstances damn near can't be avoided. The majority of females out there are programmed for monogamous relationships, even though they are not built for monogamous relationships. I think this has been reiterated a lot. I know Love Dorsey has said it a lot. I know a lot of people have said this. Women fool themselves into believing that they can take more than they actually can. You know, I used to have a problem. So like, okay, I'll tell you something personal about me. I'm not a small guy, and I used to run into women who would say that they love big guys, and then guess what? As soon as we get into the bedroom, it's a totally different story, that they can't handle anything. You know, so obviously if they can't handle me, they can't handle anything bigger, and they never have probably. So, you know, a lot of women, I don't know where they get this idealistic view of who they are from, but my best guess, like I said, is societal programming, and that's more than likely what it is. You know, because in our culture, being able to take a huge guy is like a trophy to them or something like that. It's like a huge accomplishment. So weird, but a lot of them be lying, straight up. A lot of them be lying. I don't know why. So this is no different of how they apply themselves to monogamous relationships. They are lying to themselves and lying to other people about their ability to take care of a man. Because when you put them to the test, they break. And especially with me, I'm high potency. They really break. It didn't take very long. So anyways, like, comment, and share. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on Patreon. But until next time, this has been A Wolf in Beta Clothes. May you have a good day. And of course, peace be with you.